Hey guys, Jeff here with the Common Sense Camper. I got an email from one of my subscribers and he asked me how I get the larger ferro rods in the leather sheaths, because most leather sheaths that you get are set up for a really thin ferro rod. So I thought I'd show you how I do that, and then also show you how to kind of form a leather sheath to a knife. What I do is I'll actually take the sheath and I'll get it wet. So you can run it under the faucet, or you can dunk it into a glass of water, and just, you know, it doesn't have to be soaking wet, just enough so that it gets into the end grain of the leather. And then what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of vegetable oil, I'll put some of that on the end of the ferro rod, and I'm going to work the ferro rod about halfway through the ferro rod loop. So you're going to work it about halfway through, because it's going to be very difficult once to push it all the way through. And the reason is, as I'm pushing this through, you're kind of rolling up the leather on the inside. It's kind of curling up as you push through. So I'll go about halfway, take it out, put a little more vegetable oil on it, and then work it through the other end. And then what you want to do is, once you have that worked in where you want it, let it dry overnight, and when it dries out, it'll be a nice fit. It will be easy to take in and out, but not so easy that it's gonna fall out. Now, to form the sheath to the knife, what I do is I will wrap it with saran wrap. I've used Ziploc bags before, but saran wrap's a little easier to use, because you don't, since this leather sheath is going to be wet, you don't want it to rust your blade. Now, before you put it in there, you want to take the knife and kind of find out how, you know, where do you want to be in that sheath. And so I want to be just about past that center rivet. So you're going to slide it in there. You want to slide it in pretty easily, because you don't want to poke a hole through the bottom of that saran wrap. So I'm going to be about right there. Then I'm going to take some cardboard, and if I pinch this, you can kind of see where the blade is and then where the handle is. So I've had this in the clamp a little bit for a little while, so that's kind of why you can see that. But on a new sheath, you're not going to be able to see this. It's just going to be straight all the way down. You won't see any profiling at all. So then I'm just going to take some cardboard and place it on both sides of the sheath. And the only reason I do that is I just don't want the teeth on the clamp to leave a mark on the knife itself. And when you clamp this down, you don't have to go crazy with it. I mean, you don't want it real tight. You just need to put enough pressure on it so that it forms the sheath to the blade. And then the last one I do, I'm actually going to do on the opposite side, and I'm going to take my cardboard like this, and this is going to be for the handle part. Then I'm going to take my third clamp here, and again, you don't want to go real tight. You just want it kind of snug, so it kind of picks up the profile between the blade and the handle. I'm going to let this dry overnight, and then I'll give you a video of what it looks like in the morning. Okay, so I left this overnight, and here's the end result. Had this clamp a little tight, so there is a little imprint here, but that'll eventually work its way out, so don't be too concerned over that. But now you can see that it's definitely profiled around the flat part of the blade, and then the handle's formed a lot better. The fit feels much better. And I'll take the saran wrap off, and as you can see, the blade was protected, so there's no rust or anything on it. But now It fits in there real nice.